This is Robin Nelson with Horror Pop After Midnight. I'm over at the Catalano Film Festival, and I'm here with writer and director Evan Maines, who also did a fun film. It was unique, weird, and crazy. Trash Wife.
Yeah, I did. I was wanted to make something with some unique guardrails. I think coming out of COVID, we set some parameters to make a little short film, and wanted to be idiosyncratic and a little weird and entertaining, and a bit of a comedic film as well as a tragedy as well. So I feel like we did that. I feel like we did the right thing. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it was more like a guy dealing with a lot of loss of his special loved one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if anything, people can pull from this in commonality is just grief and how each person suffers and deals with grief in different ways, and sometimes we might be a little ashamed to admit how we deal with grief. But I hope that that's one of the realistic and authentic seeds people can pull from my film, and the film that a lot of amazing people helped me make. So.
Now let's talk about the cherries. Were those fresh or were those really like out of date?
I mean, I believe we bought them at a Kroger that morning, so they're definitely fresh. And Johnny Jackson, the cherry eater in the film, accompanied by Eric Adriano, I think we made him eat probably half the box, so they went to good use just for all the takes that we made him do. Normally, actors spit their food out, but Johnny, he kept all the cherries down. So, but no, they were fresh. I don't know how method we would want to get by feeding rotten cherries to someone. So yeah, it was they were definitely fresh. And now by the time we were done filming with them and putting them in the trash wife's eye sockets, they were starting to get a little old. So yeah.
So how'd you make the Trash Wife?
Great question. I have this great friend, and used to be, I've just known him for a long time. His name's Jack Mitchell. He's currently an art student at the Cincinnati Art Academy. I pulled him in and just, hey man, you're super well-rounded. You're a great artist. You should try your hand at a little bit of filmmaking, a little bit of prop design. He's designed certain models and model heads before, so we worked with him. We took an old hockey helmet and kind of did a paper mache around it. Broke up old CDs, kind of give it a disco ball face. We found random things laying on the floors of our cars to tape to it. We were hoarding trash to go through trash to say what would work, what would look good on here. And then for some last-minute additions, we ran to Walmart's dollar store kind of aisle and figured out, all right, here's a couple of things that will end up in the trash eventually. So Jack Mitchell, he did such a good job. The first two times we were supposed to film Trash Wife, it got delayed twice because of COVID things. He actually had mono one of the times, and he wasn't even going to be sure if he would even be able to be a part of the project, but we were able to film it that following summer, and he was able to help me out. I don't think it would be the same without his work, so Jack, thank you so much if you're seeing this.
So how much fun did you have fun dancing with the Trash Wife prop?
It was way more stressful than I thought it was going to be, because the Trash Wife was surprisingly heavy. Like, it's one of those things when you pick up at first, it's not that heavy, but when you hold it for almost 45 minutes to an hour doing these takes, and you're trying to get the dolly shots right, you're trying to get the lighting right, the movements, all that kind of stuff, you start to really get frustrated and annoyed. Maybe, I started to get a little, I was like, man, I was over it. I just wanted so badly just to be done with that scene. But then I had to remember that any dumb thing that I did on screen, I wrote. So I kind of trapped myself. Future Evan got screwed over by past Evan. So it was a ton of fun. I had to remind myself that it was fun, so I had to laugh and make sure I was smiling through those scenes. But again, Danny Mulvaney was good to keep me accountable for those things. So yeah.
So what decided you to bring into the dream scene?
So, like I said, at first, when I wrote the film, it was just going to be a 5-minute film. The dream sequence wasn't there, but I figured we had this visual way to kind of create a depth to the film, give the film a little more story, to show that this trash wife is actually a real person that he misses and that he's lost. And so, I went back. I wrote this new part. If we would have filmed the film earlier, like I said, we probably would have not had that scene. But given the time, the delay that we had, we ended up filming. I wrote the scene. Caitlin Nevin got casted for it. She was amazing. It just added this kind of visual, emotional depth to the film that kind of hits like a gut punch. It's kind of unexpected. It kind of comes, this is supposed to be a goofy comedy, but it brings in a sense of reality for our characters. So.
So when a trash wife mysteriously disappeared, I think she, I think she went to the land of Island of Misfit Toys or something like that.
That's a great. Maybe that's the sequel, Trash Wife 2, Island of Misfit Toys. She hangs out with Rudolph. I don't. I like I said. I told the audience tonight that she can go wherever she wants to go. We give her the freedom. We give her the ambiguous kind of ending, so that was she real? I don't even know. I like to leave it open ended for the interpretation. So, yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This has been a great night. Thank you, Johnny Catalano, for putting this on. And to all my friends and family that supported Trash Wife, the cast and crew, just amazing. The thing is, this is the film I had the most fun making because I was surrounded by my friends and the people I love to make it. So thank you guys so much.